Hello, and welcome to my channel. You can call me Brock, and this is Millennial Academy. This is going to be a series where I cover everyday things that every adult should know, but most of us don't, because our parents, society, and the world in general has mostly failed us. Now, I've been around the block a few times, and I know a little bit about a lot of stuff. So I figured I'd push that knowledge forward as best I can to help out whoever I can. This is going to be the first video that I post on my YouTube channel. I got kicked off on TikTok because that was actually pretty user-friendly for an old guy like me. So a lot of my content will be from there, which is also why, as I wanted to have this little header to explain what the first couple of videos I put out is going to be. It's just going to be like a mashup of most of my first TikTok videos instructing information on Arctic survival and tips like that. A few of my first videos are going to be mashups like this. I'm going to take other content I have, I'm going to put it together in a cohesive whole and post that. But as I get better at editing, because I don't really know anything about it right now, but I'm going to learn, because what is YouTube good for if not classes on how to get better at stuff? I'm going to make some better videos, maybe some funny stuff, some things that are more entertaining, and get some laughs out of you. And you might also learn some things as we go, because making people laugh and making them learn things is things that I'm passionate about. And at its core, that's what this is all about. Me doing things that I feel like doing, and hopefully there's some collateral education that comes out of it. Now, some things I've already picked up. As you can see, I have cleverly placed the camera in such a way that I am in front of a bookcase. This is what the good YouTubers do. It shows that I read. And there's also a few tchotchkes that could let eagle-eyed viewers know the things that I'm into. What do I read? What do I know? What am I into? I'll let you figure it out. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get myself educated on how to edit videos and not be terrible at it. And we can get into the nuts and bolts of my first YouTube video. I hope you enjoy it. And if you learn something, give me a like and subscribe. There'll be more down the road. Take care. Okay, with the Arctic storm that's hitting the entire country right now, I figure I'd take some of the training that I received in the Army to pass on the information that I learned about how to not just survive, but to live and thrive in an Arctic environment. Now, clothing is what we're going to cover right now. How you should be wearing your clothes if you want to be comfortable. First layer against your skin should be something polypropylene, like Under Armour, something that wicks moisture away from your skin. This keeps you dry so that the water doesn't steal heat from your body. Next layer, something fluffy, like a fleece. Something that traps air next to your body that allows it to be warmed and keeps you heated. The last layer is exterior, something like Gore-Tex or windbreaker, basically something that prevents airflow from stripping the heated air away from you. And last but not least, a cap, something to keep your ears warm. Alright, next I'm going to cover socks and shoes. Counterintuitively to what you might want, you don't want your feet to be overly warm. Why? Because you'll sweat. You never want to sweat when it's cold out. You think, oh, you're warm, that's nice, but if you're over warm, you'll sweat. And the more you sweat, the wetter you'll get, and any moisture straight up kills any heat you'll have. And the thing that does that the most is your feet. And people love wearing their socks, so here's a few examples of what you shouldn't do. A lot of people like to go for these nice, thick socks here, wool on the inside. They're cozy, they're comfortable, they're warm. But unless it is like -15 outside, these socks are going to make your feet sweat and they're going to end up making you colder. Standard socks will be useful most of the time, but when it's cold out, you probably want something thinner with a nice thick winter boot, and I'll show that in the next video. Alright, so now footwear. Here I got my old school Alaska snow boots. Heavy traction so you don't slip on the ice, mostly rubber and waterproof, heavily insulated. Most of you, I notice, won't have these because you're from the South or from the Midwest and stuff, like Texas, and you've never seen snow in your life, so you probably don't have this kind of stuff. So I'm going to try and accommodate what you might have. Now, these are my wife's shoes. Don't wear something like this that's porous, or tennis shoes. Things like that will let water in and again, make your feet cold. You'll lose all your heat. Best case scenario for what you might have, wear your slicker boots, your rubber boots for the rain, and wear those thicker socks we talked about earlier. You'll get your insulation from the sock, you'll get your wetness protection from the boot, and that'll be fine. All right, tip, what is this, number 4? 4, sounds good. For those of you who have heat, because I know some of you don't, whenever you come in from the cold and you're wearing all of your gear nice and warm, downgrade when you come inside. Take off all your stuff, like your hat and your gloves and your coat and all that, for 2 reasons. 1, you have sweat into them. There's water vapor in your sweat that got into your clothes. Take them off, give them a chance to air out and dry out so the next time you need them, that they'll be warmer. And 2, let your body cool down. Let yourself acclimate to the warmer temperature inside so you get used to being cool. If you keep everything on because, oh, I feel toasty warm, you're not going to acclimate properly to how much colder it is outside, or God forbid, your power goes out. You'll be even less ready for how much colder it's going to be in your house. Be prepared to acclimate to colder temperatures. All right, for those of you without heat, tips to keep your house warmer, rapid fire edition. Put towels at the base of your windowsills. Reduce infiltration of air. Keep the blinds open on the sunny side. Let in that UV ray. Put towels down on exterior doors. Biggest point of cold air infiltration into a home. And the doors of any rooms on the dark side of the house to prevent cold air from circulating through the house. You only want to warm the rooms that you're in. If your heat's not functioning, shut your vents. Because wherever your air handler is, it's going to be colder than the rest of your house, so don't let it creep cold air in. No matter how bad it gets, don't be that guy who starts a fire in his house with a barbecue or something and dies of CO2 poisoning. If you need heat. If you need heat that bad, do it outside. If you have a way of making a fire, you'll probably end up being warmer outside with a fire than inside with nothing. But don't start a fire inside. Why? This isn't a dick measuring contest. Nobody cares. All right? People are actually dying and freezing to death because a winter storm hit a place that has no infrastructure for freaking winter storms. And people there don't have winter clothes because, surprise, surprise, the South doesn't have parkas. All right? So when their power went out, they have no recourse. They don't know what to do, and that's not their fault. All right? You get pissy when people laugh at California being on fire, and that's my home state. So have a little fucking compassion, don't you? What the hell is your problem? Okay, I just got up and saw that the post loaded. I tried to respond to all the comments and all that and address everything I could. Thank you for all the support. I'm glad it's helping people. I'm gonna finish my coffee and my breakfast, and then I'm gonna make a few more videos about other information that I know about this stuff. And by all means, if you have other tips and tricks, put in the comments. I'll try and make videos about those too, to try and push that information out to more people. The more people know, the better it works. See you guys in a bit.